Hey everybody, I just wanted to spend a little bit of time going over space exploration, or at least the first part of space exploration. In this video, we're going to talk about ways that humans have explored space and some examples of each of those ways that humans have done that. Okay, so let's get started here. And so the question that surrounds this is that here we are on Earth, and I mean, we just know an incredible amount about space, even though we really haven't spent much time outside of space itself. You know, we just kind of have been sitting here at Earth. So there has to be ways that we have learned about our solar system in particular and our universe in general. There's got to be ways that we have done this. So let's take a look. We've done this in 4 different ways. Okay, we've done this using Earth-based telescopes. So the picture here is one of the most famous radio observatories that we have. That's Arecibo Radio Observatory, and it was actually damaged in all the weather that we've been having lately. And so Arecibo collects radio signals, which is interesting because we're used to collecting light signals or having a light shine in from space, and then we collect that light information. But in this case, what we do with a radio observatory is we collect the radio signals from space, and that can give us all sorts of information. Okay. Another way we do this is through telescopes that are out in space, and we will actually spend time talking about this more in class. Is why do I delineate between Earth telescopes, or telescopes that are on the surface of the Earth, versus telescopes that are in space? And so that right here is a picture of the Hubble. And the Hubble Space Telescope is one of the longest lived space telescopes. It may be the longest lived space telescope that's out there. And I would say that the Hubble Space Telescope is one of the major reasons why people love astronomy, or maybe that's one of the major reasons why I love astronomy, is because the pictures that Hubble gives us is amazing. Okay, and the second to last thing is space probes. We can send probes out into space to objects where humans don't have the ability to get to right yet. So, I mean, the limit of our technology probably is going to Mars. A multi-year space mission to go to some of the other planets in the solar system, like the moons of Jupiter or Saturn, or even out to other objects of interest in our solar system, just isn't there. We don't have that technology. So we have to send space probes, and they're unmanned space probes, in order to gather information. And that information is gathered through space probes, and it is sent back to Earth, usually by radio waves. And we collect the information from the space probes, and then we can analyze it. So there has been space probes that have gone to every place in our solar system, any major place. We've sent, even most recently, we've sent a space probe to Pluto. The New Horizons probe just got to Pluto a year ago and has analyzed all sorts of stuff on Pluto. With space probes, I'm going to lump in there a couple of things. Space probes are kind of broken into a couple of categories, and the first one is like rovers. We'll call that a space probe, because rovers are things that will land on a planet or on a moon, and they will move around. They will not stay in above the planet and look at it that way. And the other thing is satellites. A probe is almost like a satellite that orbits a planet and then can beam back information. So space probes encompass also satellites that are long-term orbiting planets, and also and also rovers that land on planets. The last way that we have explored our solar system is through manned missions. We have sent men into space, men and women, let me make sure I'm using the gender neutral version of men. We have sent people into space since the 1950s. The first man went into space in 1959, and people have been going into space ever since then. And so it's continually for the past 60 years, continually we're sending people into space to do research and to understand what space is made up of, how things work in space. It's an interesting issue. How long do we send people into space? How much can the human body take in space? Like, that's all part of the research that goes on in space beyond the research about the solar system and the universe and the things that are going on. So that is how humanity has learned so much about our solar system, and it kind of breaks it up into those four easy categories. So that's that, and have a great day, everybody.